My name's Chris McDonald. I'm coming to you from Kannapolis, North Carolina. Kannapolis is actually just a little tiny bit north of Charlotte, North Carolina. And what I'm trying to do today is go ahead and give you that recording for Instagram. So let's go ahead and get started. Instagram is actually very basic. What you're going to basically do is take your phone or your tablet and you'll take a picture. You're going to add a filter, and from there you're going to share that photo or that video, whichever the case may be. It's actually an extremely simple process, but right now it's an extremely popular platform. Let's go over some basic facts. Instagram has over 40 million users, and they have already had over 1 billion images that have been downloaded. They average about 6 million images a day. Now, more males are on Instagram, surprisingly, than females, by just a small percentage of 2%. Most of the people that use Instagram are under 35. 90% of them are. And the average number of posts per day per user is about 2.41. 61% of Instagrammers like at least one media that they see on Instagram a day. 70% of Instagrammers will go ahead and look on Instagram for the brand that they're interested in. 48% of Instagrammers are actually professionals, and the best interaction time is between 8 and 9. Now, I'm sure that you're probably wondering, why did I give you all of those facts? The reason is actually very simple. It's because you need to know who your ideal market is. If your ideal market or your ideal customer is going to be a lady that is, let's say, 60 years old, is she going to be on Instagram? Well, there's a chance, but from these facts, it's showing that 90% of the users are younger than 35. So she just might not be on Instagram. So that might not be the platform that you want to focus on. That's the reason for the facts. So 50% of social media that's posted on Instagram will have comments on it within 10 hours of posting that image or that media. That's an important fact to remember, because your level of engagement on the other platforms probably isn't that high. Instagram was purchased back in 2012 by Facebook, and they paid a whopping $1 billion. There are 20 or more filters that you can use on Instagram itself. You want to make sure that when you take a picture that you do everything that you can to enhance it. You may choose to take that photo using the Instagram app. You may choose to take that photo just using your camera and then upload it to another app. In the next class, I'll give you information on some of the different apps that you could use that will do that. So why do you want to use Instagram? Because it's going to give your brand some personality. You can be spontaneous. You can have fun with it. It's a lot more casual. You know, Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn are definitely a lot more formal than Instagram. It's also a great way to meet that millennial market. Those millennial marketers are those that have a birthday between 1980 and 1990. You can also track the conversations by just using hashtags. In the next class, we go into hashtags. Actually, the handout is very inclusive on information about hashtags. So why Instagram? Well, because there's less competition than there is on Facebook or Twitter. That's the reason. A small percentage of small businesses are using Instagram. Those that are going to use Instagram are going to be able to find their target audience a lot faster. So if there's less competition, you're going to be found a lot quicker. So that's something that we're all looking for, of course. With all social media, please remember that using Instagram isn't about selling your product. It's about connecting with your target market. That's what it is that we want to do. We always want to make sure that we are giving to our customers. You're going to get your spammers just like you do on all of the other social media platforms. You'll post something and in your comments you're going to see somebody that says buy from me, or check me out my plan, or check out what I can offer you. You want to stand out, and you're going to do this by giving value. The formula seems like it wouldn't work, but it does. It never changes. The more value that you give, the more interesting that you are, the more the people want to follow you and they want to look at your information. So far we covered who's on Instagram, who should use it, what Instagram is, where you can use Instagram, when's the best time for engagement. So let's get into just a little bit about the hows. Instagram is an exclusively mobile platform. If you want to use it, you're going to have a tablet or a phone that you can use it from. You'll have to download the app either from Apple or from Google Play. They'll of course ask for an email and a username and profile and picture are all going to get set up. You want to make sure, because it's going to be on your phone, that you set up a strong password. Think about that bio information. What is it that your target audience is going to be looking for? And put those hashtags in there. Let's say that your target audience is going to be looking for an anti-aging product. Make sure that that information is in there so that they can find you. You want to know what it is that they expect to see in your posts. Your bio can be 150 characters. Yes, that's just a little bit more than what you can get on Twitter. And you're only allowed to have one clickable link. Now what I like to suggest, since you have a short number of characters, is that you go ahead and go to bit.ly to shorten that link. bit.ly is bit.ly.com. Let me go ahead and show you how bit.ly works. Here you see my handout for the first class. When I go here, I get the link for that particular class for whenever I share it from Google Docs. Now you see how long that link is. I can go there, move over, whoops, move over to bit.ly, and whenever I do that, there we see bit.ly.com. I can go ahead and put that link in here. Oh, now my poor computer is confused. Put that long link in there, and you see they shortened it. So instead of that long link, we now have a short bit.ly link. Another reason that I like to recommend bit.ly, even though there are other shorteners out there, is people know bit.ly. I'm very slow to connect with a link that isn't one that I recognize. Now you can also connect your Facebook and Twitter, so on your Instagram account, but my recommendation is that you don't post to those accounts even at the same time. You can go ahead and take that picture and then post it at a separate time to Facebook. Even though Facebook owns Instagram, they still prefer those pictures to be original for them. Now, another thing that you're going to be doing is your bio information. You can do that on your phone, but if you do it on the phone, it might look like this, where everything looks like it's all run together. Notice this girl here went ahead and used her bit.ly link. And also notice that she has little symbols here to try and separate. She has her hashtag, and then she has separations for it. Now you can also use emoticons. A lot of people are doing that. Now I'm a definite OCD person. I like everything to be nice and neat. If you're like that, you can go to Instagram.com, put the information in like this. So you see I have everything all lined up. What happens whenever you go to the mobile, it's going to look like this, where everything is now lined up instead of it being all run together. Personally, that's just something that I like. I wanted to make sure that you knew how to do that if that's something you were interested in. The next thing that you want to do is follow accounts that are like yours. You can go to your family and friends, and you can make sure that your settings are set not on private, but on public. Now, if you want 2 accounts, that might be a great idea. Your private account can go ahead and be set on private for your personal account, but your business account, you always want that to be set on public. And the reason is you want those businesses to be able to find you, and they're not going to find you unless you're following them and they're following you. They are not going to see anything that you're doing. So go ahead and make that business account a public account. Most of your browsing is going to be done on that mobile phone. Instagram doesn't have a web-hosted feed of photos. You're not going to see a stream of who liked, commented, or gave you a heart. But yet, if you're on mobile, you're going to see this. So you see, I can see who started following me, who liked a photo. One of the things that I like to point out is that these videos that this person liked were recorded a year ago. But yet 5 days ago, he liked it. As you can see, my point here is that your engagement is going to be a lot higher. People are going to like and comment, obviously in this case, even as long as a year later. And remember, earlier in this recording, I said that they will like most posts get liked within 10 hours. You want to make sure that you're going to enable push notifications. You want to know whenever a user likes or comments one of your photos. You want to know if somebody mentions you in a comment. You want to know if your photo is posted to the popular page, and if you're going to be tagged in a photo. My handout is going to tell you how to control those notifications, so make sure that you get it. Now, I like to keep all of my trainings very short, quick, to the point. None of us have time. The other reason is, if you don't take the time to implement what it is that I've taught, then you're not getting anywhere. Education without implementation is nothing more than a waste of time. So I gave you very simple things to get started with. Download the app, create your username, create your profile, like some friends. The next class, next week, I'll be teaching you how to go ahead and start with those pictures and those posts. The handout is going to tell you all of the rest of the things that I really wanted to tell you, such as the push notifications and how to do that. I'll go into detail with that and give you all of that information. This is kind of a quick survey of what's going to be coming up in the classes. Class 2 will be on pictures and videos. Class 3 is going to be on Instagram and businesses. Class 4 is going to be on growing your account. And this week's handout, it's called Instagram Off to the Right Start. I'll go over terminology, push notifications, and the big mistakes that most people make. I look forward to doing this again next week. I hope you have a really blessed week. Bye-bye.